Good morning, Kenyans. Good morning, everyone. Wherever you are watching from, receive our greetings from Kenya, Kisii County. We are here once again, live from Kisii County, and we promised that we will be here today, and we are here. So receive our greetings. My name is Rose Festus, and as I said, I'm married. I'm a mother of 3. I work in Kisii County, Kenya, and I support HIV care and treatment, supporting adherence. And today I'm here with my colleague. He's going to introduce himself. Welcome.
Thank you, Rose. Aloli Spam. I've not changed my name. We are working together with Rose. Just to say welcome again, and thank you so much for staying with us. Allow us to bring our apologies also. We've started a little bit late, about 9 minutes late, due to unavoided issues, but we are here now, and we just want to begin. I'm also a parent. I'm also married. Married to one wife. I don't know how many, but I'm married to one wife with a kid. Yes, and that's all. I also support care and treatment, but majorly we are looking at adherence, viral load suppression, and retention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Spam. I didn't say that I'm also married to one man, and I am a mother of 3. My girls are celebrating their birthdays today. Happy birthday, girls. So we are going to spend, before we begin our topic for today, we are just going to do a recap of what we discussed last week, so that we see if our people are still remembering what we discussed. Yeah? Is it okay?
Sure.
Yeah, so we are welcoming everybody this morning, and whatever time it is where you are, we are welcoming you. Stay tuned and be free. Comment. Just show us that you are together with us this morning in this discussion. Is a lively discussion, and you are welcome. We welcome your participation. We want to welcome any question, any concern. Just write them there. As we continue with this discussion, we'll be looking at them, and in the end, we will be answering them. Yeah. So, just to begin, last week we were talking about HIV, and we were looking about the meaning of HIV. Yeah, so which we found that HIV is immune deficiency virus. Yeah, so we said that maybe somebody might not understand what is this immune deficiency, and we say that it is an absence of immune or compromised immunity. Yeah, so we find that HIV causes AIDS and interferes with the body ability,
to fight infections.
Yeah, to fight infections. And we find that this HIV is a virus that damages human immune system. And we discussed last week that HIV, when it is not treated, or
untreated
when it is
HIV.
Untreated or
AIDS.
Uncontrolled, it causes AIDS, and it affects or kills CD4.
Yes.
And you can remember last week also we were looking at what is this CD4, and we found that
I think we went down to just saying that these are
they are the soldiers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are the soldiers. They are the soldiers. We have
the body immunity.
The body immunity. The soldiers that protect us. Yeah, they protect our body.
And
so
that is what HIV targets each and every time it gets
exactly.
Yes.
HIV targets most of the time. So when you are HIV positive, it targets your CD4. Yeah, and that's why we found that when you are infected, your CD4 will go down. It will be very down,
Rendering
and
your
rendering your immune system compromised. Yeah, so I think we are good, and everybody is at par, and you can still remember that we all discussed all those things. And we also talked about HIV transmission. Yeah.
We did tackle transmission, and we did tackle the spread.
Yeah.
And I think that is where now we want to begin our conversation today. That there is need to know whether you are infected or you are not infected.
Yeah.
And last time we were talking about mother-to-child transmission. We were talking about horizontal and vertical transmission. But today we just want to look at the diagnosis bit of it. Remember, we also talked about symptoms that one would present, and we said, and I'm still repeating myself, that you cannot use the symptoms to diagnose HIV.
Exactly.
And that is what we want to discuss today. We just want to look at the diagnosis process, from which we'll talk about a little bit about disclosure. Then I think we'll end our conversation at that point.
Yeah.
And still request you to stay tuned for the next episode.
Yes.
I think from that we are good to start.
Yeah, we are good to start.
I want to believe that we answered every question that was asked. I want to believe that we tackled Festus. We were able to discuss over, was it Kaposi sarcoma?
Good morning, so Festus. Good morning, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Thank you so much for staying tuned.
So straight away we are going to diagnosis.
Yeah, we are going to diagnosis, and we are still requesting you to stay tuned and be together with us in case you didn't understand even the last week's topic. You are free to just write down there, and we'll be able to answer your questions along the way. Yeah, so today we are going to discuss about diagnosis, and we are going to talk about disclosure. Yes, Pam. So briefly, I want just to request my colleague Pam just to take us through what is this diagnosis, Pam. Yeah, when we say someone was diagnosed or somebody is going for diagnosis, what does that mean? How do you understand that word? Yeah, let us know. Yeah, thank you.
Already you basically defined it.
Yeah.
I think the rule of English talks of you don't use the same word
to define the same word.
Exactly. But let me just paraphrase what my colleague is trying to put across, that diagnosis is just a way of finding out. It's an aspect of an holistic understanding of the client, along with a bit of testing, interviews, and some measures put just to assist in developing an accurate treatment. So diagnosis is basically knowing what is happening, what condition somebody is having.
Yeah.
And diagnosis without a plan, or diagnosis without maybe a goal, might not be diagnosis as per se. And that's why this is what we put as our definition, that is an aspect of holistically understanding the client, along with testing, interviews, and coming up with different measures just to assist in developing an accurate treatment. I think that is basically diagnosis. And when we are talking about diagnosis now in relation to HIV, which is our topic here, we are basically talking about testing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which somebody would want to ask, which are the tests that we are talking about? The available tests for maybe both children, adolescents, and adults.
Yes.
What kind of testing are we doing just to have the right diagnosis?
Yeah.
Is an HIV test, number one.
Yeah.
And then somebody would want to say what type of an HIV test. We have antibody test and the antigen test.
Yeah.
I think at that point somebody would want to ask again, so what is an antibody test? And what is an antigen
Test.
There's one that targets the antibody produced against an infection, and then there is one that targets the real antigen. So the real antigen here is, should I use the word organism? Or what should I use? That causes that infection. So we are targeting the virus itself when we are doing an antigen test. And when we are doing an antibody test, we are targeting the antibodies that have already been produced.
Yes.
Yeah, and still it will take us back to now. You've talked of antibody and antigen.
Yeah.
So how do we interpret our tests?
Our tests,
Yes. It takes us back to what we call test interpretations. In most cases, mtu anaenda clinic, comes back and say that I'm HIV positive or I'm HIV negative. The other person would say that I have a positive result or I have a negative result. Depending on the owner of the words. We could have
depending on the person.
Yes, depending on the person.
Yes.
Or depending on the interpretation of each
of
and every individual.
Exactly.
For me, or today, somebody else will say that I have a positive result. For me, a positive result would mean a good thing. I have a negative result, which would mean a bad thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, somebody is telling you that, just allow me just to show you something here. Somebody is telling you that if you see two lines, if you are able to see this, if you see two lines, then you are positive. If you see one line, then you're negative. So which one is good? Okay, just a matter of playing with the language, but basically we interpret it in terms of the lines. When two lines are on the testing equipment that is being used, then we are saying that is it's HIV. It has tested HIV positive. It might not be a positive result to some of us or to so many people, but it means that you have the virus in your body.
Exactly.
And if it is one line, then we are saying that the virus is not in your body as at that time of testing. And I think that one will take us to window period. Because if today I test and I realize that I'm negative, that doesn't mean that I'll stay negative for life.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that is my final result.
Your final test,
depending
your final
on the
result.
last day of your exposure.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's prudent enough now to look at the window period and just make people understand what is the window period.
Yeah.
So that you don't go test today, then you run away.
Yes.
You say that because I tested negative, I don't think there is need of testing again. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Spam. At least we are actually. I just want to remind us once again that be with us and let us know when you are hearing us or there is a problem. Let us know and write to us, and be rest assured that we are reading what you are writing there.
Yes.
So let's come back. We are talking about window period after having the test. So as my colleague Spem said that when you go for tests and the test interpretation is given, so you will find that you are tested and it is positive, or you are tested and the test results comes negative. So does it mean that now when it is positive you are going and you don't come back, or when it is negative you are going and you don't come back? There is this thing called window period. And what is window period? It is just a period as a given time that you are supposed to go and come back for
basically
for a retest.
For instance, if today you test and you become negative, we are looking at the point of exposure. At what point did you expose yourself to the infection? So from that period where you expose yourself to the day you will turn positive becomes your window period. And this one may vary from person to person. So if you test today and your exposure was yesterday, be rest assured that in most cases that infection might not be seen.
Exactly.
And I don't want to talk about PEP, I don't want to talk PrEP. Let me just talk about testing first.
Yeah, just
Because
let us just dwell in
the way we
testing
are
first.
flowing, we might be talking about now that I exposed myself yesterday
Yeah.
and today I've tested and I'm negative. What should I do?
Yes.
We'll be in a position to answer that. But just get to understand that there is a window period. It's, I don't know that to say it's a grace period, but it's never a grace period. It's
Yeah.
just this period where you are positive. Basically, you are positive,
Yeah.
but you're not. The virus is not in a position to. The antibodies are not enough to bring the test out. As in, you don't. Your body has not produced enough antibodies to be picked by the test kits.
Or maybe
so
the
basically,
disease
the
has
infection
not been
progresses.
manifested.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So the virus is just within you, but you are still testing negative.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, one thing that I think so many people may not know. Somebody at window period could be more dangerous than somebody who is already on medication.
Exactly.
Because if you look at the graph of infection against your CD4, which we said is basically represent your immunity, your CD4 will always come from up, going down,
yeah.
the moment you get infection. And then the virus will be coming from 0.0, almost 0.0 down here, going up. And the graph is always very, very steady.
Exactly.
So you can imagine the kind of war that is happening. The CD4 is coming down like this, and the knee, and the virus is
going up.
So the point at which they are crossing each other, in most cases, that is the point that you will test positive. So it is not very safe to get exposed and just stay at home because you tested just a day or within 24 hours or within 72 hours, which most people do, or within a week, which most people do based on the information that you have. We Google a lot of information and some of them are very wrong. And depending on the kind of test that you're doing, it can be in a position to reduce the window period. But what we are using currently, what is most common and readily available, might not be in a position to reduce that window period, which makes it very important to test. And after test, there is a service. If you're positive, there is a service that you will be offered. If you're negative, there is a service. There are referrals that you will be offered. And takes us back to where do we get these kits? We have visitees situated all over. We have public hospitals, and I want to believe that even private hospitals are doing this.
Yeah, exactly, they do.
There are so many, including the Oral Quick, the one that you just buy even in a chemist. Use your saliva to test. But again, with a lot of caution, get enough information
before you do it.
Exactly. Just get enough information. Ensure you talk to somebody.
Ensure you are taught well before you do that, because it might give you the wrong result. Because you did it the wrong way.
Which takes us to, when do you test now? When do you test? When do you go for that diagnosis?
Actually. Thank you so much, Spam, for that good discussion, and I believe our people are following and they are getting the right thing this morning or whatever time it is, wherever you are. So when to test? Somebody might be sitting there and asking him or herself, now when do I need to test, Spam? When do I need to test? Because you brought something. You brought something that I wanted to just to talk a little bit about the window period before we go to the test. Okay, let's take for instance. That you interacted with somebody like tonight. An infected person, HIV infected person, and you interacted with that person tonight. I mean, not really tonight, yesterday. And very early in the morning, you wake up and you go to the facility
to have a test.
Because you are stressed. Maybe you didn't know this person very well, and you are stressed. Because we've come across such
you are
kind
talking
of
people. Interacting. I don't know what kind of interacting you're talking about.
Sexually.
Oh,
you interact with somebody sexually, body to body, you see. So you come to the facility in the morning, you want to get test because you are stressed. Spam, you can bear with me that you've witnessed such cases and many of them. So you see, like, you are tested, and as my colleague Spam said, that you can be tested and the test turns negative, just because the viruses has not manifested
yes.
in your body, you see. So we will give you time. I mean, and this window period, somebody might be sitting there and asking, how many months, how long yeah, how long should I go and come back? So that how long,
now,
should it be 3 months or 2 weeks or
let
what?
us go back to this person that had an interaction with somebody, a sexual intercourse,
with an infected
or an activity
person.
Or an activity that would bring about infection.
Actually, an activity, yeah.
It could
Thank
be
you for bringing
maybe
that.
a physical assault,
or
it could be rape,
yeah.
it could be an accident. But basically, you got you got an interaction with the source of infection.
Exactly.
When to test?
When to test?
Number one, the reason for testing, number one, that we need to get clearly is people may want to test because of anxiety, which is very right.
Yeah.
If today I feel anxious that I really need to know my status, let me go and test.
Yeah.
No one will chase you away.
No,
Number
we
two,
don't.
it is also good to test immediately or the next day. Sorry, we had a technical itch.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. It is good to test immediately you think of testing. You can test when you want to test. You can test when you had unprotected sex with somebody of unknown status or somebody with a known status. You can test when you just finish your maybe STI treatment or sexually transmitted infection, or when you are diagnosed with any, you can go and test. You can test when you have an exposure. You can test when you want to know your status, just to quench your anxiety.
Exactly.
But now, somebody else will take you through the window period, which will make you, which together with your tester or together with your counselor, you will develop a plan that my guy or my client, thank you for coming, but these are the available services. Now that today we've seen together, or you've seen that you're negative, and you had an exposure recently, could be yesterday night.
Yeah.
This is what is required of you. This is what you should do, or this is what you need to do, just to curb the chances of getting infection. And if you test, irrespective of when you had the exposure, because there is the testing of finding people, just finding mistakes or something of that sort. We had an exposure yesterday night. We test today with an antibody test. I turned positive.
Yeah.
Simply because we had an infection, we had an interaction with you yesterday. Now I want to bring that blame to you. I think what diagnosis is trying to teach us is it is very difficult sometimes to trace where the virus came from.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and we said also the need for diagnosis is just to develop an accurate treatment plan, but not to source or not to look for the source of the infection.
Yeah.
And window period should not make you stay at home saying that, hey, because I had an exposure yesterday, today I cannot get the right result, so let me stay and wait for the 3 months. So it is when you are ready for the test. It is when you recently or immediately have an exposure and you have time to test. I think that for me, that is when to test.
Yeah, and when to test, maybe in briefly we can say that when to test is
now.
Today. It is
today.
now.
Yes.
Now.
It is today.
So even if you are there and you feel like, oh my goodness, I should get tested,
Yes.
it is just now. So if you are there and you feel like you want to go, just after this, you go and have the test, so that you can
and you see,
know your status.
Testing because of the myths that are surrounding.
Can we check a little bit of what somebody is saying, that I think this should bring us to modes of transmission.
Wow.
Yeah, that is Festus is asking about that.
Thank you. Festus will be in a position to discuss that. Thank you so much for bringing it up again.
Yes.
We'll still go back to that. That made our first episode, but we may need to go back and discuss the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were just saying that you may want to go and test today. Yet there are myths that are hindering you from going
for testing.
Exactly. Yeah. What are these myths? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
The Africans say that what you
don't know.
doesn't hurt you.
Doesn't hurt you.
So you
If
just
I
stay-
don't know something.
It won't affect me.
Yeah.
It won't hurt me. So I just stay at home and say,
Uh-huh.
instead of going just to know my status, which might even bring death, or might be a death sentence to me, or will bring unnecessary anxiety and stress,
Yeah.
I don't need to go and test. After all,
I'm
healthy.
okay. I'm healthy.
I'm strong. You know, I don't need to test. I think that is just, for me, that is a myth. It might
Yeah.
be not really. People think
Is
that
it?
myths are more of cultural and maybe religious based.
Yeah.
But myth is just something that is just a misconception that you are having against something that would prevent you from maybe doing something. So they say that we say that what we don't know doesn't harm us is wrong. The fear of the stigma issues also may bring about may prevent you to go and know your status.
Yeah.
There's what they say that I'm looking at my life and I'm not seeing any point at which I could be infected. It is a myth.
Yeah.
And I think, Festus, you are right to say that we may need to look at modes of infection.
Yeah.
Cindy,
Yeah.
there are people that are born with the virus.
Exactly.
There are people that they get it through accidents. No, actually, these modes they can either be categorized under either they are known or they are
Or
not
unknown.
known.
Yeah.
For instance, if I'm born with HIV today, really,
You don't know.
I don't know anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Cindy, I don't know. And our African culture, we don't discuss certain things. We don't discuss things that will make a parent less,
Yeah.
or things that will make a child maybe see a parent in a different angle. Some things are things that will bring blame to the parent. We
Yeah.
don't discuss it.
Yeah, we don't.
No one will just sit down and talk to the child and say, I had an infection when I was pregnant. And by bad luck, you got the infection. No one will discuss that.
Yeah.
Very few people. And
Very
the people
few.
that discuss these are the people that we are calling the heroes.
Yeah, they are the heroes.
They are the heroes. And it will take us to disclosure. You will know why you need to tell somebody. Why you need to talk to your child or your partner in some occasions. There's another myth that says that AIDS is just common in certain areas. You know, me,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
let's say
PC.
Northeastern.
Yeah.
I'm in Northeastern,
Uh-huh.
and AIDS and HIV is common
In
that region.
Yeah, in that region.
in that region. So, based on that alone,
Yeah.
there's no way I could be infected.
No way.
My region is, I look at the prevalence, is close to zero. So, mimi nilipata wapi. I cannot have the virus.
Yeah.
There's people that say that I can tell when I have the infection by seeing. It's a myth. You look at
Yeah,
your
it's a
body, then you start comparing. You know, when Nani had the infection, I saw the nails were black. My
Yeah.
nails are not black.
Uh-huh.
So you're doing what we call spot diagnosis.
Yeah.
You are diagnosing your own self. You're looking at your skin and saying, I saw some black,
Hey.
I saw some chin coming
Some
out
wax.
like this. I
Yeah,
saw some I don't know,
some
the hairs
rashes.
were falling. Me, I can't have. Because look at me, I'm still healthy, I don't cough, I don't do anything. You look at the symptoms that we talked about, you don't have any. Then
Yeah.
you're saying that there is
am
no
okay.
need of going to do what? To
For
test.
tests. Yeah.
Somebody else say that I'm faithful to my partner. I'm in a monogamous family or marital setup, and there is no way this virus would come.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember, we have work exposure,
Yes.
we have environment exposure. So even there's one day I was telling somebody that you may think that you are faithful, yet you are faithful to the virus. You're not faithful to your spouse.
To yourself or to your spouse.
Or even to yourself. There
Yeah.
are people that talk of the annual checkup, and they say that my annual checkup includes an HIV test, so there is no need of testing now,
Yeah.
because I still have to wait for my annual. My doctor has not decided so. What do my doctor? My doctor has not said that I test for the virus. So why should I go and test?
Yeah.
The people of my doctors, please help us. Help us to demystify this phrase of the my doctor thing.
Uh-huh.
Then at my age, there's the bit of at my age. At my age, and this one more so affects the young and the adolescents.
Yeah.
Wansema since I was born, I've never had sex.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And somebody that is talking like that, not in a bad way, could be an orphan who
Yeah.
doesn't know really where the parents are, doesn't know what really took the parents, and there is need to know your status.
Exactly.
At that point, I want to say thank you. Having discussed
Thank you.
some
So
of the
at
myths
least
that
right now, together with our people who are watching, and we've known that testing is now.
It's now.
It is not tomorrow. It's now. Yes. Yeah, because as we were asked that the modes of transmission, I think you've explained that one. Somebody might be born HIV positive through accident, through sharing the sharp objects with the infected person, and not really unprotected. All those things, work area, you see, like maybe you are working in the hospital doing those tests, and accidentally, as we said, you get infected. So the modes of transmission are all those. So maybe you might not say that I'm fine and I'm looking okay. I'm not like that person that I saw that might be having HIV. So you really need to go for tests so that you know your status. And another person, I think, is Festus asking where the free where I don't know where is it where to get a free test.
A free test.
A free test, yeah.
Festus, thank you.
Thank you
but
so much.
Listen to a point here. You know, in most cases we do assume the church. I'm born again. I can't be positive.
No.
I'm born again, I can't be positive.
I'm born again.
I'm washed by the blood.
By the blood of Jesus. Yeah.
My friend, let me talk to somebody. Let me not disclose whether I'm born again or not, but I'm born again. There is what we need to discuss with a sober mind.
Yes.
Matters your health may really need a sober mind. I know there's the bit of culture barriers and religion. Remember, religion can buy you from
being tested.
A lot of things. Where we sit now, remember there's a religion that states that no organ transplant can be done when you subscribe to such a religion. How many cases we've received, people bringing back ARVs saying that I was told to have faith because we shall conquer over scorpions and snakes, and HIV is a small thing that Jesus fought on the cross. Are you getting the point? So I think we may need to have a very sober mind. Those are issues that are there. And this one may take us to challenges or these things that are, that are just blocking us from going to test. And most of men, I'm a man. Let me talk as a man now. You know, I can be so busy for my own health. At the same time, I have the pressure of providing. So I don't have that need to go and test. There's the culture, let's say I won't quote any culture, but there's a culture that states that a male figure should be strong. So how do you just walk in a facility just to know your status? What is wrong with you? You are a man, you should stand for your family. What if you go there and come back with that HIV that you're looking for? Oh, it's another myth. That the thing that you're looking for, you will finally get it. I think somebody one day said that. That hiyo kitu yenye unatafuta, utaipata. Endaenda tu kutest. You will get that virus that you are
looking for.
No.
And okay, Spam, just allow me to bring you back a little bit because now we've touched the faith aspect. So let me just
not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. I know. We have not touched it in a bad way, but I just want to explain something about faith. Because these are the things that we've met in the facility where we are working in. You find somebody is good coming and bringing back the ARVs, all ARVs, and telling us, you know what, sister, you know what, doctor, I am healed. And
what is your source of?
What is your source of healing? So they tell us that, last Sunday when I went to church, I prayed. and even I was prayed for, and
Yes, I was prayed for.
I was prayed for, and I got healed. And this person is bringing all the ARVs and walking out of the facility saying without ARVs and saying that I am healed. And we don't deny that.
Yes.
And I want to bring to your attention that Jesus heals. Yeah, that one we don't deny.
Yes.
Yes, Pam. Are you denying that?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is somebody who has not confirmed the status. And,
No, this person knows the status. This person has been on ARVs for some time. And this person is maybe doing well or not even doing well, not adhering so well.
Yes.
And just all of a sudden coming and bringing our ARVs, all of them. And
at that point,
us,
they become our...
our ARVs.
At
and
that
telling
point.
at that point, they tell us, just take back your ARVs, I am healed. Healing is there, and Jesus Christ healed.
Yes.
But at what point? Yeah. At
what point do you receive your healing? And at what point do you confirm that you are healed?
You are healed. Because, Jesus healed. But before you 100% confirm that I am healed, don't just walk with your ARVs. I know faith is there. Because, Spain, have you realized that there are some people, not some people, but almost all of them,
yes,
they have brought our ARVs, and within a span, like few months,
lapse.
Yeah, you
So
find
you are
somebody so
now,
down, and
they say that when you go back to sin, now that you brought me to salvation,
you know the truth.
Now that I know the truth, when you go back and sin, you are re-crucifying. That is an insult even to your own salvation.
Yeah.
That is an insult even to your own faith. It is not wrong to say that you're healed.
Yeah,
yes, you can receive your healing. Just confirm your healing, and that is your testimony.
Exactly.
We really appreciate.
Yeah, because there are some people who have been healed.
True.
And it's very true.
Yes.
Not even from HIV alone. Other diseases. Exactly. Even us here, Spain, when we were not saved, we were sinners and we were sick, you see, and we were healed in Jesus' name, and we testified that. So, confirm before you bring our ARVs to the facility. And then after a few months, you come back again when you are down. You see, you've already abused ARVs, and then you become now we call it resistance. Yeah,
you've exposed yourself.
Yeah, you've exposed yourself so much,
I think,
such that even the ARVs that you brought back cannot now help you.
They might not.
Yeah.
Actually, you've reduced your chances. I think at that point, and thank you, that number one enemy is the religion. I don't want to say the religion jail. Actually, in most cases, you realize that even what you subscribe to, your church alone doesn't know. That is your own issues.
Yeah.
Matters religion you cannot discuss to the end. But in this case, we are saying it is good to be prayerful. It is good to have all those in life. It is good to be spiritual in life. It is good to have. It is good to attach yourself to church. It is good.
And it is good to have faith.
And it is very good also to have a sober mind. Don't use that as an excuse and as an scapegoat. Because in future when we'll be discussing maybe treatment, and one of the disadvantages of seeking this treatment or having or starting the treatment is it is a lifelong thing.
Exactly.
And at a point you get tired. And you may look for something just to get you out of the drugs. You may choose to have your own faith. You may choose to just attend a crusade or one church service just to have the words of you're healed today, go home and live with that faith. Please let us don't allow this to block, just to block us from receiving the right service. And much about the general population. There is the young population also. Apart from the myths, there are other things that would block you from going to know your status. Schooling. There's the stigma at school. Sasa nitarudi aje shule when I'm positive? What if I turn positive? And it becomes so difficult. There's the bit of I want to know my status, I'm 12 years, yes, but the bit of consent is an issue. Or I'm accompanied by maybe a parent, I'm about 15 years, I'm pregnant. For me that should be a mature person. I'm 15.
That is not
And
a
that is-
mature, a mature
No, a premature
person.
minor.
Yeah, that's a premature minor.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Or
so-
I'm 18, I'm 17, I'm 19, I'm
Yeah.
still daddy's son, I'm still mommy's son,
Mommy's daughter,
I'm accompanied
what?
to the facility, I want to
Uh-huh.
know my status, but each and every step my parent is with me. It is difficult.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle also can prevent you from
Yeah,
getting the test.
exactly.
Me ni MCA. I'm an MP. I'm a
the
senior
president.
medical.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
a
say I'm a
senior
president, you only
medical.
have few.
Oh my
you
God!
get us arrested.
Oh,
But anyway,
no, I'm sorry.
you are a senior person.
Yes.
You are a governor. At least governors, we have so many. Even president you can have for other nations.
Yeah.
Not only Kenya. Your position,
And,
your
and
lifestyle.
you think the president should not get tested? Even him, he should. But leave that topic for another day.
I would call him. I would really love to have the president.
Yes, yes.
Everybody would follow the suit. That is the
Yeah.
problem with us. We need to see somebody big doing it. When even the corona vaccine when it came, personally I waited for somebody higher than me to go for that.
For that,
Fast.
yeah. So
I
that
want
I
to
see
see
what
whether this thing. I have to see my governor on.
Yeah, you had your own doubts, and that
Exactly.
one, it applies also to HIV. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we are human.
Yes.
Your environment can prevent you. Your stage in life can prevent you. The fear of unknown can prevent you. And when you're
Yes.
talking about your environment, could be the family setup and all that. So
Yeah.
many things can prevent you from knowing your status. But have it within you.
Yeah.
Have it within you. Have it as your own initiative to go and know your status.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you. Thank you so much, Pam. I think our viewers are getting this right. And just continue writing. We are there for you, and we are reading those things, and be rest assured that we will
And
answer.
Festus is telling us
Yes.
that God is not against taking medication.
Yeah, God
So
is
the reason
not
why you are stopping taking
Thank you so much for that. God
Thank
is
you.
not against taking medication,
Yes.
but again, we should accept that God can also heal.
Yes.
But before you confirm that healing, don't dare leave ARVs and tell us that it is our ARVs now, and you walk out, and then before the month end, we get you here very down, admitted in the
Yes.
ward. And when we begin now dispensing or giving you the ARVs, it's not working now
Yes.
because you've abused it now.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Pam. Thank you so much, our viewers, and we are enjoying your presence. Continue
And somebody
to
is
be with us.
asking
Yeah.
that we've talked about much about testing. Is there safety? Is there safety in testing?
Oh, yeah.
Is there safety in testing?
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
There is safety in testing.
Yeah.
It is safe to test.
It
And
is
it is
safe.
safe in this manner. It is very simple. It is client-centered. As in,
That's
we
right.
can talk about that testing. And at the end of it all, you say, I don't want to test. After receiving the information,
Yeah.
I think, let me go back and maybe take some porridge. Then I see whether I'll come back or not. So it is safe to test. It is
Yeah.
client-centered. Client-centered in this case is you that is coming for this test. It is timely.
Yeah.
Si test unapata tu hapo na hapo. It is, it is not that painful. Just a small prick or saliva is not painful.
Yeah.
There are other things that you must really know for you to know that this test is very safe. They are the core principles of testing.
Yeah, actually, that person who is that who has asked about the safety,
The
it
other
is
side,
Noel, is
yeah.
it?
Not Noel.
Yeah, it is,
I'll find out.
Okay, we will find out the
Yes.
person because so many people are watching and they are
Okay.
writing their comments. We thank you so much, and thank you for bringing us to that.
Yes.
It was one of whatever that we wanted to discuss.
Yes, safety in
and
testing.
There is safety in testing,
Yeah.
and we were looking about the core principles
Yes.
of
What
testing.
must be there?
We have the five
C's.
Yeah.
What must be
5
there
C's.
for you finally to have the right result?
Exactly.
Yes. Should we go about them?
Yeah, we just go about them. Thank
Yes.
you so much for bringing that. The
And the core principles are guided by what we call confidentiality.
confidentiality
So everything that happens between you and
and the person doing the test.
exactly.
Yeah.
Faith healing has ended up killing more people instead. Thank you so much. It is true.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed faith healing So everything
Thank
that
you.
is done with a lot of confidentiality.
Yeah.
There is even the result, even you going there alone, must be, should be, it's supposed to be. It's very important. It's key when it remains confidential. Because imagine, let me not give an example with you because I know your man must be watching.
No. Just give an example with me
Sperm
because
today,
it's a learning session,
it's a learning
right?
session,
Yeah.
okay? And it's an example.
Example, yeah.
After this, we tear that example.
Exactly.
Let me not say your husband. I'm your mpango wa kando.
God forbid, but example.
God has already forbidden. It's an example that you. And today, you just learned that I've gone for the test.
Yes.
Just for the test. You know, sperm ameonekana akiingia VCT. Somebody has seen me.
Yes.
Entering a VCT center. Utafikiria nini?
Oh my. So, you know, when somebody has seen sperm and my sperm is my mpango wa kando. Mpango wa kando, let the whole world know this I'm cheating, yeah. So let's say I'm cheating with the sperm, yeah.
Yes.
And I've heard that sperm has been seen in the VCT.
Yes, and
oh, that one, I'll be shocked. Yeah.
It will cause some anxiety. You will start questioning my intention of even having you as my partner.
And you know, like, let me tell you something, Sper. This thing we've seen, even in wherever we are working. You see, like, somebody might even come and ask, yeah, we've received such kind of questions. Yes. What did that person come to do there?
Exactly.
Yeah, because we were talking about the safety, and this safety now, when we are talking about confidentiality, we are not allowed even to tell you mpango wa kando or whoever is cheating that, you know, that what guy came to do such this and this. No, it is confidential. So I think the person who asked that, you are getting us right, that there is confidentiality and we are not allowed to tell the other person what brought you in the facility. Yeah.
And what happens to these malicious people who would even want to go and steal the register? You know, the last time, I don't want to say when, but I think the last time I was in a testing room, there's a place where they take names, phone numbers, you know, those are leading information. Yeah. They are very leading. For instance, today, Rose Festus, 0726 940 884. Residence, Kisi. Profession, maybe a nurse. Then comments, tested positive, but said he's going to talk to the husband before linkage. I think that is a leading information. Yeah, that is a leading one. That is including your age. So how do we keep this information? You know, we have some people pitching tents. You know, my friend, it is still very safe. It is still very confidential. That register doesn't reach any hand. Yeah, it's just a matter of accountability. Exactly. It is not about using your name. It's not about using your personal details. Your personal details. Yeah. Your most basic information, you're not using it. It is just helping in terms of accountability. Even in an institution, we always get the names and all that. Even those people that are maybe with very bad diseases. Maybe not say very bad, but shaming diseases. You know, there's that conditions that people would call shaming. The public would call it shaming. But remember, the time you are categorizing it as shaming, no one went to look for it. So even the process itself is not known to this client that is having that condition. Yeah. So no one is using your information anywhere, and that is the level of confidentiality. Yeah. The only part where confidentiality might have a sister or a brother or another meaning is when you're talking about shared confidentiality. Exactly. In that, today Rose has tested you, and you're positive, and Rose, her work is to test, talk to you about medication, and link you, refine you, get you to a different hand, text you somewhere else where you're going to receive medication. And that person becomes maybe sperm. Yeah. So sperm could be a clinician somewhere, or a nurse somewhere, or a peer educator, somebody that is living with HIV and AIDS and has really come out strongly to support some heroes also.
Yeah.
Some other people to become heroes also. At that point, Rose again will come back to you and say, now, remember we said that everything that we are talking about here is confidential.
Yes.
And there's a bit where we call shared confidentiality, where there is somebody else who would give you more service.
Oh, yeah.
And that person still is guided with the same confidentiality that has guided us. You're getting the point?
Yeah, I'm getting the point.
Still, we are just talking about confidentiality. So whether you are handled with 10 people within one facility, your information still remains in that facility. And when you meet outside, please, Tukwe villages. Let us be villages.
Yeah.
Forget about the HIV. Don't even ask me about your status again in
the village.
Please, book an appointment.
And come. Because it is confidential.
Yes.
Yeah, and that one also brings us, when you come for testing, and as we've said that it is confidential, we will be doing some counseling for you. Yeah.
Before, and it is not just some.
It is counseling. It's a thorough counseling.
Yes.
Thank you for correction. It is a thorough counseling, and this counseling leads to the to what?
Yes.
Consent. Yeah. It is until you agree to be tested. You know, it is not that after coming and walking to the facility for testing and we do counseling and we say now that we've counseled you, you just bring your whatever and we test you. No, you have to agree and agree with the service and you be tested.
And during counseling, every information is given. And even that counseling, there is the reason why I think that is the reason why you said it is thorough counseling, because it has components also. Yeah. There is what we call the pre-test counseling. The service that you will get before you even go for that test itself. As in, you're in the testing room, yes, but not at the testing point. Yeah. But somebody is still talking to you, as in prior to that test, giving you enough information, allowing you to decide, allowing you to choose. Because remember, it's client-centered. Yeah. It reaches somewhere where somebody now says, we are now ready for the test. What do you think about it? Said, having talked to me, I think there is need to come with my partner, because we talked about confidentiality, and it will be very difficult for me to go and talk to maybe him or her about my status. Let me come with my partner so that we know it together. Yeah. Because Anne is telling us that confidentiality is very key, and unless you given the consent, unless you've allowed somebody, and even if you allow me, trust me, I'll just support you. Yeah. I'll just support you to do what? To disclose your status. Because it has to come from you, not from any other person. So that is where we are doing counseling. It has a lot of, you need to visit. You just need to go for this counseling. Exactly. Go and disturb somebody. Go to that VCT center, go to that PITC room, go to that HTS room, sit there, tell somebody, I want to be cancelled. Then from that, I'll decide whether I want to be tested or not. But mark my words, you will get the test. Exactly. After counseling. Yeah, so after counseling, we find that we get the concept. Yes. Your concept. The concept. And then after the consent. And it could be written or verbal. Exactly. Yes. And then we do the test and we give you the correct result. The correct result here, it might be negative or positive. Yeah. Yes. So after giving we are still in that safety that person has. That is what we are talking about, because you know some people, they fear going for tests, thinking that their status will be known to the whole world or to their relatives or to their families or something. So that is why we are going through these 5 C's, the principles, so that you know that it is something safe for you to do that. So we will give you the correct result. And spam, after giving this correct result, now we connect, we do the connection. Please just explain the referral, the linkages. Yeah. And this referral or this linkage or this connection is based on the correct result. Exactly. Correct result in this case is your result. It's your result. It is not something that we've cooked. It is not something that, you know, there are people that come and say, I'm employed, I need this result. Please test me negative because I want to travel. Really, how do you tell somebody to test you negative? How do you tell somebody that, hey, I want you to test me positive because there are some favors that I want. How do you test somebody positive? That is not a correct result.
Yeah.
Correct result, you will be there during the process. You will see the result by your own. You will be taught how to interpret results. You will be given this chart. You will see it. You will see that every safety measure has been put in place to have your test right. You will see that somebody has wiped your finger visually just to clean it. And somebody has collected your own blood. Somebody has used a kit that has not been used. One that is opening while you're seeing. You will check the expiry date. You will check all the requirements for a test. Then you get the correct result. Now the correct result here, you could be HIV negative, you could be HIV positive.
Yeah.
There's a result that we may not be talking, we may not talk about so much. Where your result is invalid, as in there is no result. That one it has to be repeated, and you will get the right result. And your right result today, for when you go for that test today, it could be an intermediate result. As in, we are not in a position to say whether you are positive or you are negative. That test again is repeated. There are procedures that governs that kind of a test result. But let me talk about the positive and the negative. If you are negative today, there are services that still somebody would want to refer you to. And most of these services are preventive measures. Just so that you stay negative. So that you stay negative, so that you help somebody else stay negative. And I don't want to talk about condom intentionally, because condom will be talking about condom when we're talking about prevention. I don't want to talk about PEP and PrEP, because we'll be talking about PEP and PrEP during prevention. So what I'm saying, just prepare your appetite for more and more and more. Because if we talk about them today, somebody will go away. We want you to learn pole, adult learning, and even the adolescent learning. So, and if you're positive today, if you're HIV positive, you still be linked to a system, to a care, to a treatment plan, to a facility, to an organization, to a group, a support group, to a counselor, to maybe a case manager, to a treatment supporter. There's so much that you can still get. And one thing that I would want to talk about in the connection is even the prevention of mother to child. May I always like it, because at that point you have the powers. Number one, to pass the to pass the infection to an innocent child. By then you have the powers. At the same time, you have the powers to do what? To prevent that mother to child transmission. So knowing your status today and getting the right result today, or the correct result, whether positive or negative, would prevent that innocent person from getting the infection. I think that will bring us to the end of the 5 C's, and still go back to confidentiality and talk about the confidentiality within the testing, and talk about PNS, SNS, and maybe family and partner testing. In most cases, somebody has gone, I may test, then something happens that, so you are dating, so how many partners do you have? It is not done like that. But what I'm trying to bring on board is there is need also, when you test positive, or even when you test negative, and you just have a feeling that where I was, there's a connection, there's a network of people that are at risk. We are injecting drugs. I'm a sex worker. I have several partners. There's this mzee that I have that people say that, he's taking medication. There is that story that you have. There is that reason why you came for the test. Leave alone the anxiety and all that. There's the reason of you got exposed. There is need to help your network. There's need to help your partners. There's need to help your family, even to reach this test. So when to test, it takes us back to when to test again. When you are called upon to test, or when you are called upon to know your status, or when you are invited by your partner, or your family member, or even a health provider, or when we are doing a door-to-door testing, or when we are doing a community testing. It is when to test. Each and every time. So the process is still very confidential. Just give out the information. And strike a deal together with whoever is taking that information, so that that information is guarded as per your own standards.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Spam. Yeah, we can just forgive us. Maybe we might not be looking so much on the comments because of the discussion.
Otieno
But
just
be
saying
assured,
that if you don't mention APNS, assisted partner notification services, as in you can be assisted to bring your partner on board.
Yes.
So don't have the burden. I know there are people that were given the opportunity, the people that were given that that responsibility to go and invite their partners, and it became so difficult. Currently is assisted. Just discuss with your health provider. You will be assisted. You'll be assisted.
Exactly.
You'll be assisted. I think it is important to know the importance of testing now, because somebody is just feeling like, let me go and test now. You know, these guys have talked about testing. Let me go and prove them wrong. We are heroes.
Yes.
What are the importance of testing?
And before we go that Spam, I just want to bring this to the attention of our viewers that we will be looking at the comments, and we will be having time to answer all of them. Or so just write your comments, write what you think that we should bring out.
Yes.
Because we are together and we are learning this together. And remember, it was a discussion, so it is not just me and Spam.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that time that we've covered, and thank you for the questions, thank you for the comments, thank you for the likes. We are going to see now the importance of knowing one's status. So why do you need to test? Why test? Because you will be asking yourself, why do I test? Just as we said before, I'm okay, I look fine.
My doctor has not said
My
so.
doctor has not said so.
My time has not yet come.
My time has not yet
My
come.
age.
You've just reminded me of something. You see, like
my lifestyle.
Spam has just reminded me about something. That has made me laugh, but it is quite interesting. You see, like. You preach to somebody about salvation, and that person tells you, my time is not yet.
My time is not yet.
So somebody might say in this situation of HIV that no, me my time, no, me I don't.
Yes.
No, why do you need to test Spam? I can see how here we have PMTCT,
prevention of mothers
to child.
We even talked about that.
Just explain to us, why do you need to test?
You want to test because you're carrying an innocent person.
You are carrying an innocent person.
You want to test because by there somebody, don't think that and I want to say that ladies are privileged, because each and every time you attend a clinic, when you're pregnant,
tested.
They always request you to have the test.
I want you to say it is a must.
It is a must.
I'm
not a lady, but I want to.
It is a must.
When you say it's a must,
unless you don't go for clinic, which is very bad.
It is a must.
I want to talk to ladies outside there. Mothers, please, if you are pregnant, if you've realized that you are carrying somebody in your womb, go to the clinic at early stage. So that you be tested and you know your status. And from there, Spam is going to explain about this mother to child, prevention of mother to child, transmission, because you are carrying somebody who is innocent, who does not know anything.
So the point is this: when you test positive today, and it happens that you are positive, there is need to start medication immediately. There is need to even have prophylaxis in time, prophylaxis for the infant, for the unborn baby in time. All these will help you to cut, the chain of transmission to the child. And by the way, this, I'm so much into African, but the human nature of saying, I'm not a woman, but you may want to forgive me and correct me if I'm not.
I will.
They say that ukienda clinic mapema, you make a lot of
what?
A lot of visits.
No.
So there is no need of going to clinic mapema. If I was a lady today, if you give me pregnancy, today I'll go to the clinic and say that I think I'm pregnant.
I am
want to
pregnant.
start the clinic.
Yeah.
But then it is very wrong
The
to
moment
wait.
you feel that
And
you
I want
are
to talk
pregnant.
to even our health providers. Kindly, I know there is need of coming at a later stage when somebody is expectant. But how best can we have them in time? Even the moment you test today that you've done a PDT test, you've done a pregnancy test, and you're positive. What services do we give? One of the services that we're giving is that testing.
Yeah.
Please, don't wait for the 8 weeks? Or they always wait until, I don't know, 6 months. Let me tell you, if you go
Very
late,
dangerous.
if you go late, it might be very late for you also.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll receive
And
the
late
test.
for the child.
Very late.
Yes.
You'll receive the test, yes. You'll be given medication, yes. You'll receive the prophylaxis, yes. But we don't know at what point you got infected.
Yeah.
And the viral load could be so high. And remember we said infection from somebody who is not on medication might be higher than whoever is on medication. So there is need to go and test as a service, as a need for your family and to your unborn baby.
Yes.
There is need to go and test today because the earlier you know your status, the earlier you start treatment, you have a longer lifespan.
life. Yeah.
Because remember we said that HIV progresses. So if you're in stage 1 today and you tested positive and we start you on medication, trust me, you'll be there for a longer period.
Yes.
Even the medication options, you will have you will have more sex. We're talking of maybe the first the first line treatment, second line treatment, and maybe third line.
And the third line.
Maybe third line. Don't have it in your plate. The best you can have in your plate is the first treatment that you got, sustain that treatment till the day it will be unsustainable. But sustain it. Don't think about options when you are on treatment. Think about the option that you are having. So the earlier you begin your treatment, the better. It nourishes the quality of life. When you test early and you know your status, whether negative or positive, you can protect others. You can protect your family.
Exactly.
You can protect your sex contacts. If I was a pastor, I would tell you, have one partner. But because I'm not a pastor today, you will protect that chain of your sex partners.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
when you know your status. You will set your goals because you will know what you are. You will set your goals. I'm negative. I want to stay negative.
Exactly.
I'm positive. I want to take medication so that I live the dream that I wanted to live. I still want to be that teacher. I still want to be that doctor. I still want to be that watchman. I still want to be that strong boda rider. I still want to be that cook.
Exactly.
You will live up to your goals. So there is a lot. There is the benefits of testing outweighs the disadvantages, which somebody would say, it will bring anxiety. It can bring changes in maybe my relationships. It will kill my self-esteem. Sasa nitakaje, mimi ni daktari, now I'll be discriminated. Yes. Receive the counseling service, then you will know that your fears are blocking you from receiving a very good service. So there are so many benefits that would come with the testing. There are so many, including the knowledge that you are going to get from the health providers. There are so many things that you need to know. I think from that level, next week, even as I hand over to Ross, we would want to talk about now you've received your status, you've received your results. There is this point of disclosure. I think because of time. Thank you so much for staying with us. For me, I want to say bye-bye. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Those that are in Kisii, please. No, it is not raining. The weather is still very cool.
Spam before you say bye-bye. You can't just leave out hanging like that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
Siaya is tuned from Siaya.
Somebody's
greet the Siaya population for us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And Otieno must say hi to CHS, Ngima for sure, and the entire Department of Health. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to say that we had planned to talk about disclosure, and we've realized that time is so much gone. the topic of diagnosis is long, and we've realized that we've not even covered it all.
Yes.
So please just bear with us.
Yes.
Next week we will be live once again, and we will be talking about disclosure.
Yes.
Yeah, because it is also very important, especially when you are HIV positive, to do that disclosure. So we will see what it is. Yeah, spam.
And
Yeah.
by the time we'll have discussed that, we will know whether it is important to disclose or not.
Or not.
It is a must to disclose or not. We should disclose or not.
Or not.
So the three questions will be answered.
We will be answered. So we want to, before we say bye, we want to thank you so much, Kenyans. We want to thank you for those who've tuned, those who have been with us since we began the discussion. Thank you so much. Thank you for writing your comments down there. Be rest assured that we are going to look at them, and next week, before we begin about discussion about disclosure, we will be able to tackle them. Yeah, spam.
Yes.
And thank you so much. You are good people, and we love you so much. And before we say bye-bye, we want to acknowledge some few people that are...
And even before you acknowledge, I want to bring to your attention that Otieno Jesse, I don't know whether you're still on, but that is a champion when it comes to male involvement in matters maternal child health.
Yeah.
In Siaya. At a point, he was doing so well in male involvement in matters testing.
Yeah.
Together, we worked with Jesiaya, looking at the adolescent testing and all that. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Thank you
so much. And now, we
want to we want to acknowledge Florence. Yeah.
That is our Casco.
Our Casco.
Mama County.
Mama County.
Yes.
Kisii County.
Yes.
We want to say that we love you so much, Mama. And thank you for support.
Yes.
And again, we want to acknowledge our own Anne Wasilwa, wherever you are. You can
Thank
hear
you for
us.
the mentorship.
We are your children. Thank
Yes.
you for mentorship. Thank you for being at our...
I'm telling you. I don't know that says or what. Yes.
Front,
everything we do, by the way.
Everything.
And God bless you.
Yeah, God bless
Lilian
you.
Mwenyangi. Thank you. That is
you
our
so
HTS
much.
counselor, one of the HTS service providers in Kisii County. So that
Yes.
is somebody that you may want to reach to, just to get to know your status if you are in Kisii. Festus, thank you so much for staying with us throughout. Noel.
Yeah.
Noel, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
I want to appreciate something.
I want to,
Should I?
Doctor.
I want to appreciate your family for staying with us. I want to appreciate my family also for staying with us.
Yes.
I want to appreciate, I don't know how to mention her name, but Dr. Angela. Thank you so much. Thank you so much also.
Yeah.
Thank you for being part of us.
Thank you so much, our people from University of Maryland, Dr. Angela, Anwa Silwa. You've been there for us, and we know and we acknowledge what you are doing to us. It's important to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the list is so long, we might not be in a position to finish.
To mention everyone.
Please
and
feel appreciated.
Feel appreciated. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you.